So, you just saw that person having that thing, or that trait, or that relationship that makes them feel so good about themselves. And you just felt so jealous. And it just felt so painful. Now, this precise moment where you are realizing you are feeling jealous is the moment where you get to make a choice. So be it a conscious one. You have to choose between two options. Option number 1. This, by the way, is your automatic unconscious option, which says a lot about its quality. It goes like this. There is no way I am staying in this painful feeling of jealousy, and I will tolerate nothing that triggers it. This situation has to stop right now. And the most effective way to end it I can think of is to eliminate this person from the surface of a planet. And no, don't come to me with your distinction between envy and jealousy. There's absolutely nothing different between you feeling jealous of something positive a random person is experiencing and you feeling jealous of something positive a third party is experiencing with your partner. You are still feeling jealous of someone else's positive experience you are not part of. The mechanism is exactly the same. The only difference I can see is you contemplating eliminating one person, the random person in the first case, and two people, the third party and your partner, in the second case. Other than that, envy and jealousy are two names for the exact same feeling felt in different circumstances. And yes, the case with your partner is more complex because of other feelings that add up, such as feeling betrayed, feeling disrespected, feeling taken for granted. You get the idea. But here, we are not talking about those additional feelings. We are only tackling the jealousy part. And jealousy feels the same no matter the person who has triggered it. Now that we're clear on that, let's go back to your first option. Remember? You've chosen to refuse feeling jealous by getting rid of the trigger. So, you've already contemplated the possibility of eliminating the person you're jealous of. Hopefully, you're not putting it into action every single time. Especially when there are tons of other dirty things you could do. One of them, when you cannot stop this person from having a positive experience, is to turn it into a negative one. For instance, by doing or saying something hurtful, shameful, or belittling. I'm sure a couple of scenarios are already playing out in your head. However, if this option is also not available to you, I know, life is unfair sometimes. What you could do to get rid of your jealousy is to convince yourself that the positive experience they are having is not as positive as it seems. Basically, instead of saying directly to them something hurtful, you can think it to yourself. And if possible, loud enough so that others can hear it. You know, things like they may be really rich, but they are so uncultured. Or they may get public recognition, but I'm sure everyone around them is fake. Or something as self-soothing as, enjoy till you have it. I'm sure it won't last long enough. To sum up, if you choose a first option, which is to get rid of your jealousy by getting rid of the triggers, you end up either doing something dirty or putting effort into purposefully avoiding the triggers and still feel jealousy every time you stumble upon them. Damn. Alternatively, when you feel your jealousy raising, you could choose the second option. The option to feel your feelings, to own them. In this case, to sit with your jealousy, so you can understand where it comes from and uncover its message. For you to feel jealous, 2 conditions are necessary. First, you need to really want that experience someone else is having. The question is, why is it jealousy that draws your attention to something you want and not inspiration, for instance? I'll tell you why. Because you are not honestly admitting to yourself that you do in fact want that experience. Instead, you're trying to convince yourself that it's not that important to you and that you can continue living your life without having it. For this reason, your denied needs draw your attention back to them by using these intensely uncomfortable feelings, so you cannot ignore this issue and finally address it. Actually, jealousy is showing you another thing you do not want to see about yourself. The fact that for some reason you've decided that you cannot get what you want. In other words, jealousy is pointing you towards your inner conflict between 2 energies. The one that is pushing you towards something so you can get it, and the one that is pushing you away from that thing, denying you access to it. And the stronger your desire to live an experience, and the stronger your belief that you never will, the more unbearable is your feeling of jealousy. Now, that you sat with your jealousy and you tried to understand its message, this is what you need to gain clarity on next. You need to figure out what is it exactly that you want. And no, it is not as obvious as it seems. Otherwise, there would be no need for you to hide from yourself and others that you want something. Actually, something is not the right term here. Jealousy is not really about things, because human beings are not seeking things ultimately. They are seeking positive feelings that these things may bring or not. But my point here, that it is always about positive feelings or positive experiences, if you will. So, what is the exact experience you associate with that thing you're jealous of? When you see this person driving that expensive car, how do you think they feel? Powerful? Successful? Proud of themselves? How do you interpret that? Because your jealousy is showing that this is the exact experience you are longing for in your life. But it is hard for you to admit it Because in order to do so, you need to acknowledge that deep inside, you actually do not feel powerful, successful, or proud of yourself. And this is the exact reason why you long for that experience, not necessarily that thing. And when you see that third party flirting with your partner, how do you think they feel? Attracted to your partner? Important to them? Valuable in some way? How do you interpret that? Because your jealousy is showing you that this is the exact experience you are missing in your relationship. And it is hard for you to admit it, because in order to do so, you need to acknowledge that in fact, deep inside, you do not feel attractive, important, or valuable to your partner. And this is why you are longing for that experience, not necessarily that flirting situation. Now that your jealousy has shown you which experience is missing in your life, the question is, why don't you go and do what's needed in order to get it? I just want to make sure that we agree on one simple thing. You can achieve anything you set your mind to. You can earn all the money you want. You can learn all the skills you want. You can become as attractive as you wish, as long as this is your true priority. And you know that. My question is, why you are not putting all your efforts into getting what you really want? Here are some possible answers. First possible answer. I really want that thing, but I want it to come to me by itself. I do not actually really want to do what it takes to get it. Oh, if this is how you view things, I'm not surprised you think it is impossible for you to get this experience. Maybe it's time for you to take accountability for your choices in life. And next time, when you feel jealous of someone having a positive experience, remind yourself that you have consciously chosen not to move your little finger in order to get it for yourself. If something is not your priority in life, it doesn't mean others cannot enjoy theirs. Second possible answer. It is impossible for me to get what I want in my current circumstances, and I choose to hold on to them. It hurts me less to not get what I want than it would hurt me to leave what I already have. You may prefer not to leave your current job in this company, even if you know you will never feel there as successful as you would like to. You may prefer not to leave your relationship, even if you know you will never feel as valued by your partner as you'd like to. Maybe it is time for you to own your decision not to make that change. By doing so, you would already regain some power. Because today, you are consciously choosing not to go towards that experience. And there is no reason to prevent others from enjoying theirs. Because at the same time, they are reminding you that tomorrow, if you choose to, you can make that change and get it as well. Third possible answer. I've actually realized that I really do want this experience that this person is having, but I do not want to get it using the same means. That's why I'm not going after this exact thing. So maybe you have realized that you want to feel successful in life, but you would feel more successful by getting into your dream profession, for instance, rather than buying an expensive car. Or you may have realized that you want to feel valued in your relationship, but you would feel more valued by feeling the support from your partner rather than flirting with him. So maybe it is time for you to shed some light of the message that jealousy brings you about the things that you really want in your life, so you can go and get them. This is what jealousy is all about. It wants you to stop denying your needs so you can regain power over the life you are creating. That's why it's always good news when you feel jealous. Jealousy literally loves you. It wants the best for you. Welcome this feeling. Pay closer attention to it. It is a treasure of invaluable information about yourself. You just need to look deeper.